radio for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Good evening. Fade to Black. Bespoke Radio. For the masses. Yeah, man. How you doing? It's Tuesday, May 26, 2020. 147 days into the new year, only 219 days left. We are live from a bunker somewhere in the beautiful downtown Burbank, California, and I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer Network, and KGRA, the planet. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? Right. Fresh. Fresh off of a 4-day Memorial weekend. I hope everybody out there had a great, safe, and fun Memorial Day. Yep. Cooked out, hung out with friends and family. Rita and I did just that. We had an absolutely amazing weekend. Posted a bunch of videos and did some live streams over the weekend. We went to the top of a mountain. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Rugged drive up. So I hope all of you are relaxed and got through it, because it was a fun, long weekend for us, and we haven't had that kind of time off in a while, and we were able to just let loose for a little bit. It was great. So we are back, and posted earlier today, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and ready to go, because tonight we are doing an AMA, Ask Me Anything, with our YouTube audience. Now, I'm just going to go in order. And I'm going to start with the first question. This is from Rick S. Jimmy, is decaf coffee evil? Yes, it is. But not if you're allergic to caffeine. Decaf coffee for me is something that I don't know anything about. Never tasted it. Nope. There you go. That's my answer. This is from Mike in Ohio. Jimmy, is TTSA dead to you? No, it's not. No, TTSA is far from dead to me. But I will not chase the story anymore. I mentioned that a long time ago. If anything breaking, any breaking news comes out of TTSA, another video, something else, I'm here to report on it. But chasing the story, nah. No, I'm not interested in that anymore. And I've stated my reasons why over the years, but I'm going to let that rest right there. If anything breaks with TTSA, I am here. Okay? The good and the bad. All right? I'll report on it. This is from Taro. Hope I'm saying that correctly. Did you ever tell David Wilcock that you disagree with Pizzagate? Absolutely. Many, many, many times. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've had that conversation. Yeah. Okay. Mind Sway. What is your favorite Star Wars movie? Easy answer. The first one. What are they calling it now? Episode 4? Or is it episode 6? I don't even know. The first one. Star Wars. Still. Watch it all the time. Yeah, the first one. Really good. I like him, actually, except for the last 2, which moved up on the list. I thought were really, really good. But I like them in order. I like 1, 2, and 3 in order. Kind of fell off for me that middle stretch of the new stuff. And it kind of fell off, except for the last 2 I thought were really, really good. So those kind of go up the ladder a little bit. DJ Jackson, how long have you been hosting Fade to Black for, and when did you begin guest hosting Coast to Coast AM? We've been doing Fade to Black since 2013. Not sure the month that we started in. It's all a blur. And I started hosting Coast to Coast in 2014. Not sure about the month, but I think it was in the fall, like September, October of 2014. So there you go. That's a great question. Thank you for that. This is from show producer. What's the latest update on the Brazil UFO situation? Yeah, I've got a few things that have been going back and forth here on that. And Linda and I have been sharing emails, Linda Moulton Howe and I, over the last week, compiling information. And I will say this, there's one video that is in circulation, and I saw it again today. I got to make this quick. It's too long of an answer. That has been in circulation that was part of the Magé Brazil a sequence of videos that were posted on the internet. And it shows a cluster going up of a changing shape of these red orbs. There's probably 20 of them, change shape, and there's people down the street, people freaking out. And there's a police truck, an SUV or pickup truck off to the right, and you see it for an instant, and it's from Mexico. So that video, which is circulating all over the place, being part of the Magé Brazil thing, it's a pretty amazing video. Now, we don't even know. That maybe something else went down to Mexico. Maybe it's a complete hoax and fabricated CG video. Don't know, but that wasn't part of Brazil. And we got all of that this week. And I will stay on top of this and keep you posted on everything that happens. Let's see. Next up, Jason DeBello, Mayo or Miracle Whip? I don't even know what Miracle Whip is. Not in my house. Nope. There's your answer there. Carrie Fisher says, Jimmy, have you ever had an embarrassing experience on stage? What stage? With music or with speaking at UFO conferences? Oh, you know what? Here's an embarrassing moment. Laura Eisenhower, this is last year, Contact in the Desert. Laura Eisenhower comes up on stage, and I'm introducing her for the Sunday night closing ceremonies and panel. She comes out on stage, and she's speaking to her husband. And at that moment, and there were these congratulations that were going on. And I turned around, and I knew this, but it's the moment. I said, congratulations. She said yes. Right? Everybody applauds. And then Laura turns to me and goes, Jimmy, we got married a year ago. It's our anniversary. And anyway, and I knew, of course, we all knew that. But I spaced it, and I was so embarrassed. So there you go. Walter says, is Brazil flight restricted not because of the virus, but perhaps of the UFO event? Yeah, great question. I don't know. I don't have that answer. That's a great question. Probably leaning on the virus on that one, Walter, though. But I did think about that. Somebody asked me about that earlier today. Maybe it was you, Walter. But yeah, I'm going to lean on virus. AU Starman, Jimmy. I'm reading these in real time, everybody. There's no pre-screening. So let's see here. Jimmy, have you had any experience or knowledge of translucent blue light UFOs? I had a twice-in-a-week close-up set of sightings and would love to hear what you know of them. Translucent blue UFOs. Man, I've seen them in every color. Translucent that's a key word there. It sounds like you're saying you could see through it. I've seen all sizes and shapes and colors. So yeah, maybe I don't remember a translucent blue. I've seen lots of blue. I'm trying to think if I've seen anything I could see through. No, I haven't. I would like to hear more about that. This is from Trish. Jimmy, did you attend the US Festival in 1984 on Rock Day? I did not. I watched it on television on MTV Live from Indianapolis. And the Rock Day in 84 was pretty bleeping amazing. That was the year, wasn't 84? Was that the year with Judas Priest and Quiet Riot and maybe Scorpions? Were they on the Rock Day? I know Van Halen closed the night. And Quiet Riot was during the day. And Scorps, I think that was 84. That was a good year. Let's see. Pam says, have you seen any aliens? If so, where? The short answer is maybe. And I've talked about this a lot. But I had something or somebody appear in my bedroom one night in 1995, and I'm still not sure what that was, and that's all I'm really going to say about it. It was about 4 feet tall, not 3, it was about 4. I had speakers on a speaker stand that I got up and walked over to, and that it was standing next to. So I know it was about that height. So about 4 feet tall. Don't know if it was a dream. Don't know. I just don't know. Happened about 3:00 in the morning. And there you go. That's the only entity, being, thing I've ever seen. Never seen Bigfoot. Never seen anything out in the woods. Never seen a alien step off of a flying saucer. No, I've never experienced anything like that. Let's see. This is from Marco. Jimmy, is that decaf? This is not. I can assure you. Carla, mask or no mask? Wow. That's a great question. Mask, I'm stumped. I'm going to say no mask. There you go. JT, did you get your air horn rigged up? I did not. JT, it is sitting down here in the bunker right there. It is a Breg air horn that my brother-in-law got me. I think it was for my birthday for my Jeep, which was last October. And we're now in May, and no, I haven't gotten it into the Jeep. I will say this: it's a massive air horn, and with a air compressor, and everything, and it's sitting down here. It's going to be inside of the Jeep. I'm not going to have it outside invisible, because when I flip that switch, and the Jeep comes with 4 auxiliary switches where you can, wire stuff up to. So it's going to be right there, and I want to scare the crap out of everybody. I don't want them to see where it is coming from. But I'm going to get it hooked up, JT, I promise, and I'll record it too. Sad Gamer Dad says, will concerts come back this year? I'm afraid not. I just don't think they will. Live on the internet, that's the change of everything. I can't imagine any city, any state saying that it is okay to get 10 or 20,000 people together in close proximity. I just don't. And how is it going to change with like basketball games, right? Are they going to have people in these arenas sitting 3 seats apart alone, or maybe couples and then 3 or 4? How's that going to play out? NASCAR, soccer, football. How is it going to be? I don't know. This year, no. I think everything's pushed back to 2021. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know how arenas, movie theaters. I just don't see how it's going to play out. And there are people that are going to want to be able to go to these things, and I understand that they're not concerned with coronavirus or COVID-19, social distancing, and they don't want to wear a mask. I get that. That's a personal decision. I understand that totally. There's a whole lot of people that aren't going to change. So yeah, I don't know how it's going to play out. I really don't. That's a great question. Joe Grizzly, what is Mothman? Yeah, man, there you go. Alien, dark entity, crypto. I don't know. I've seen enough. I've read the book, seen enough documentaries, interviewed enough people about Mothman to come to the conclusion that something happened out there. Thunderbird. I don't know. I don't know what Mothman is. And I think any of those possibilities are there. Lots of UFO sightings that happened around that as well. Kathy Gus. Hi, Jimmy. Any updates on the face on the mountain in Antarctica? Got none. I've got none. I did go back, Kathy, and went to the coordinates in Antarctica, went and looked at it. Hasn't changed. It's still there. Now, obviously, Google doesn't update these images every week. Sometimes they do it once a year. Down in Antarctica, how often are they satellite mapping and imaging that continent? I don't know. But the face in Antarctica on the mountain is still there. So, yeah, there you go. This is from Hope L. What do you think is going on at Skinwalker Ranch? Don't know. I don't. Okay. Possibly nothing. I do believe that there are areas on this planet where unusual things happen. I have been to many locations where I've seen strange things. Can't explain it. You can feel the energy. You know something is going on. That may be the case at Skinwalker. There are places where things can be photographed all the time, and I've seen the we don't have that from Skinwalker. We don't. Was Bigelow just fascinated with the place and heard the stories and the local stuff and bought it? Possibly. Are there tunnels underneath Skinwalker? Could be. Was there military stuff going on there for a minute? Was the DOD involved? Possible. Nothing's been confirmed. Nothing. I'm waiting. I can't go to Skinwalker. I can't go. Man, maybe I could. I don't know. But I have to go there and experience it myself. The evidence about Skinwalker being presented to us, and so far it's been weak. It's been really weak. I know that Steve Murillo and Alex Mastretta went up there, spent a weekend. We did a live broadcast here on Fade to Black with them. They were there at the gate, and I believe they saw nothing for those 3 days. I had a couple of witnesses come on the show, talk about things, but everything is third, fourth, fifth hand, and there you go. All right, I would love for Skinwalker to be the place. So far, nah, I haven't seen anything too convincing. Greta, awaiting review of the Lucky Charms ice cream. How was it? It was friggin' amazing. Okay. Quick note. I didn't know what to expect. Was it going to be like eating the cereal? In other words, like milk-flavored ice cream with the cereal stirred into it, which is kind of what I was hoping for. That's what I was imagining. That's not the case, but equally as good. The ice cream, you know, the taste of the Lucky Charms milk, that, right? Okay, after that taste, that's the ice cream with the cereal stirred in. I used absolute lethal dosages of heavy cream on top, and I gotta say, game changer. Lucky Charms ice cream was absolutely amazing. New World Report. Okay, Jimmy, what is it you are most skeptical about? What am I most skeptical about? Out of everything that's underneath our umbrella of what we talk about on this show, probably Bigfoot. Yeah, probably Bigfoot. I understand everything on the positive side, right? Evidence a little bit weak, but we've got the Patterson-Gimlin film. You know, and if we had a UFO video like the Patterson-Gimlin film, then there would be no question about the UFO issues at all today. And yet we have that for Bigfoot, and I'm not convinced yet, right? So, yeah, I'm a walking paradox. I'm a walking hypocrite. But I would think, remember, UFOs are, you know, not of this earth. But Bigfoot is. So why don't we have something? A tooth, a skull, a bone, DNA, something, a carcass, of course. You know, something just crazy, you know, got stuck in traffic in Yellowstone Park and is being videoed by a bunch of people running down the street. Why do we have that? You know, we don't. So probably Bigfoot. There are other things I'm a little more skeptical about, too, as well, in the UFO, less skeptical about in the UFO community, different things, different, you know, abduction things, you know, I'm just a little bit iffy on. But no, probably the big thing for me would be Bigfoot. But here's the other part. I'm okay with Bigfoot being interdimensional. That would answer a lot of questions for me. Everything that I just listed gets taken off the table. And wouldn't that be interesting? So I'm kind of okay with that. Okay, let's see. Is there any Mandela Effect songs? Ooh. That's a great question right there. Do you have any? Post me a Mandela Effect song. You know what? The way that I hear lyrics, I would have a million, actually. I'm going to put together a list of bad song lyrics that are in my mind. The other day, I was going through the song lyrics on, it was a Black Sabbath song, by the way. I was reading the lyrics while I was watching or listening to a Black Sabbath song. And I was dead wrong all these years. There you go. Okay, let's see. Hi, Jimmy. What happened with your on-stellar relation? Oh, I just, okay, I'll get back to that. I answered that out of order. Jimmy, is the cyberpunk dark future here? No, I thought it was going to arrive. I thought it was here. It's not what I expected, if it is. So I want the cyberpunk dark future to be exactly as it is supposed to be. And when it gets here, then we will see it. And it will be kind of fun when it does. But no, it's not here yet. This is not the cyberpunk dark future. No. Be cool if it was. Okay, Jimmy. Hi, what happened with your on-stellar relation? on Stellar, which was great in concept when it launched, and we partnered up with them to help with content and to get this thing kicked off because its original idea was amazing. And then it just the things that were promised about it from a certain individual didn't happen. It didn't happen. The plug was pulled, and then they wanted to. I don't even know. Are they still online? The things that they wanted to do was against what we had agreed to and promoted. And when that was stated to me, I said, "We can't be a part of this. You can go and do your own thing." And that was the end of it. I have not been back to OnStellar since the day that we deleted all of our accounts. So there you go. That's what it was. Broken promises. Alan says, are you looking forward to watching the SpaceX launch tomorrow? I am more excited about this than anything in a long, long time. Tomorrow is a big day. It's a big day for this country. It's a big day for the world. Depending on the Soviet Union, or Russia, I should say, depending on Russia for their rocket engines, and for all of our transportation with our astronauts up to the ISS is just wrong. Felt wrong. I'm glad that they were there for us to make sure that it happened, but we should never have allowed our space program to fall apart like it did. And it fell apart quickly. It fell apart. We had no backup for the space shuttle. It's hard to believe that we had no way to do anything. Not even a rescue, right? Nothing was in place. But hopefully tomorrow everything is going to go as planned. There are a couple of backup dates. I think May 30th and May 29th and 30th. There's 2 dates in a row, backup dates, if weather comes into play tomorrow or something else happens. There's a couple of backup launch dates. It's going to happen. I hope it happens tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch, and it's a big day. It's a cause to celebrate for sure. Very happy about tomorrow. It's going to be sleepless tonight, man. Wow. Can you imagine that? Let's see. This is from Sad Gamer Dad. Are quantum computers dangerous? Oh, I will answer that question when we come back after the break. I'm having so much fun. I lost track of the time, and we are now officially 45 seconds past the network break. So we're going to get that in right now. Fade to Black. This is our AMA, Ask Me Anything, with our YouTube audience. Yeah, it's going to be a great night. I'm going to answer it all. Bring it. Bring it. What could go wrong? It's Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Network and KGRA, The Planet. Stay with us. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. One segment down. The YouTube AMA, Ask Me Anything. What can go wrong? Post your questions in YouTube, in the chat, all caps. That's all you got to do. We'll get them over to here. Ask Me Anything. All right. Let's keep it going. I'm watching a few comments here as well. I almost want to comment on what is going on in Twitter, but you know what? It's a YouTube night. So there you go. All right. I'll do it during the break. Let's get back to the questions. Right before the break, Sad Gamer Dad, are quantum computers dangerous? No, I don't think so. No, that's the short answer. Could they be dangerous? Have you seen the TV series Devs? And if you haven't, go and watch Devs. That lays out a lot of interesting things about the speed, the potential speed of quantum computing. So go watch Devs. But at this stage of the game, no. No, still in massive, massive development, and there are a lot of hurdles. But go watch Devs, and then I would say that the answer is possible. Okay, this is from Leslie. What have you heard about the Mage crash? I just answered that question earlier, and I appreciate that. Everybody wants to know what's going down in Mage, Brazil. I've got a lot of interesting stuff compiled, not enough yet to come to definitive stuff and to report on it. It does have the potential of being the next Roswell and a massive, massive cover-up. All the data that has come in is being compiled. What we definitely need, and I'm going to say this to everybody that is listening, if you are a witness in Mage, in Brazil, if you are a first-hand witness, I would love to hear from you, and so would Linda. Email me, jimmy@jimmychurchradio.com, and we can get the correspondence going, and we would love to hear from anybody with any video, anybody from the military that's willing to come forward, the police, the local police, law enforcement, Air Force, anything like that. Oh, the United States Air Force, the Space Force. We would love to hear from you. Oh, by the way, speaking of Space Force, the series is going to premiere this Friday. You can watch the trailers for it over, is it Amazon or Netflix? Oh, holy crap. I think it's Amazon. I watched a couple of them with Rita over the weekend, and Space Force premieres this Friday. Let's see. Okay, Jimmy, what's it like being a fringe radio sex symbol? What? Oh, man. Oh, geez. Yeah. That has never even come close to entering my brain. Didn't know that there was such a thing. So there you go. What? Oh, man. I haven't thought about it. So, I don't know what it's like. Let's see. Rob says, did you fly on the glider? Oh, the hang glider over the weekend? No. Lots of questions about that. Would I do it? Did I do it? Well, first off, no, I did not. Would I do it? It's a lot of things in my life that are possibilities where, in anybody's life, I should say, that you would or wouldn't do, right? You just cross off the list. I would never bungee jump. No. Parachuting? No. Hang gliding? No. These are things that, I'm just better off doing other things. I've done a lot of crazy stuff. I've been hurt, and I've had fun doing it, and it's great. But, I mean, I have downhilled, mountain biked down Kamikaze on Mammoth Mountain, which I believe is now closed. You can't do it. Down a fire trail. Many, many people have lost their lives on Kamikaze. I've done Kamikaze dozens of times. Dozens. Shouldn't have done it. Did it. Faced death. Right? I've done it. I've crashed on Kamikaze. So it's not like I don't enjoy doing those things. I have cliff dived. Enjoyed it. I've done things, but yeah. Would I hang glide? And it's so awesome. It's so awesome to watch. Oh, it's just crazy. No, I don't know. So did I? No. Would I? I've always said no, but you never know. Okay. Next up from Keith. Are you considering Spotify? No. But would I? The better question is, would I consider Spotify? Look, Spotify came at me with a big number deal like they did with Joe Rogan. Look, I'm not going to lie. Of course I'm going to listen. Of course. Man, absolutely. But we're small potatoes. And I don't think that we're on Spotify or anybody else's radar. We just do our own thing. And one of the great things about Fade to Black, we've got our little slice of the universe. Rita and I, and others, but Rita and I have put together this thing that works for us and we enjoy doing, and we don't answer to anybody. And we're happy with that. Do we want our audience to grow? Of course. Is there? Yes, absolutely. And we have lots of exciting things that are planned that we are going to do. And that's the truth. Now, Spotify comes along or some major network or things and says, let's talk. I have an agent, and we can sit down and have a conversation about it. All right? All right. I've said it a million times. Everybody has their price. Everybody. Doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't care who you... No. I would never do that. Oh, yeah, right? What's it's getting to that number. What's that number? Everybody has their price. Okay. What goes better with coffee? Donut, muffin, churros. Donut. Come on, man. Muffin, second choice. Blueberry muffin, second choice. No other muffins. No, I don't. No. Coffee cake, third choice. Churros. Interesting that you put that there. So I guess churros is your thing, and that's from Maverick. That's good. I've never had churros with coffee. Donut, number one. Donut. Okay, number one donut. In order, I'm going to go, this is no joke, okay? Raspberry glazed, filled. Custard filled with chocolate icing on top. Yeast, traditional glazed yeast. And it doesn't really matter. And, I'm not sure. It depends on the mood of the day where I'm going. But those are my three choices. In fact, I don't eat any other donuts but those three. There you go. Okay. Next up from Dylan. What albums have you produced? Would love an all music night. Thanks, Dylan. You can go and look. I mean, albums, released albums, because demo tapes and studio projects and other things, film, commercials, done a lot of stuff. Albums. Did a great album that I produced with Rudy Sarzo called Somos Libres, Cuban band. You can find that online. That album is one of the things that I'm most proud of. I did 3 albums with Doug Aldrich. You can look all of those up online. Those are their albums, released albums. That's all I can think of right now. There are others, but it's been 25 years. So there you go. Okay, next. Mama Katorki, where did you get your Area 51 sign that's behind your chair? I can't answer that on the air. Get arrested. Can't do that. I have a friend. I can't say who brought out, showed Rita and I a motion sound sensor from Area 51 that was dug up from under the ground. It's about this big, about yay tall, painted green, and right on the side of it, property of United States Air Force. And it dug it up out of the ground. I said, dude, come on, let me have it. I want that. But nobody can know about it. You get arrested. Get arrested. It's one of those things. Okay, this is from Steve. What's more dangerous, AGI or murder hornets? Murder hornets. No question about it. I said on the air, I watched a documentary of hornet. how do I want to classify them as? Hornet hunters in Japan that have to deal with this stuff outside of homes in the for and what they do to humans. So I mean, the stingers are so long, right? That the suit they can go. It's the crate, and they are ginormous. They are not what you think they are. Those things don't care. They don't care about you or anything else. Man, they could eat a car. It's just the craziest things. And I thought to myself, watching that documentary, thank goodness those are over in Japan. They'll never be here. It was a fright. It gives you nightmares to watch that documentary. And now they're here in the United States. Absolutely nuts. While we have this under wraps, murder hornets are no joke. We need to keep that under control. I'm telling you right now. So, watch the documentary. I watched it on Discovery Channel is where I saw it. And then I went back, found it on YouTube, watched it a second time to make sure I wasn't imagining things. Absolutely crazy. Let's see. Jimmy, what do you think about xenobots fighting COVID-19? Yeah, that's from King Lamus. That's a great question. And the xenobots are programmable, right? Yeah, interesting. I saw the thing. I'm cool with it. If I got coronavirus and it turned into COVID-19, and I'm like, dude, inject me with whatever you got. I'm not ready to go. And that's what it would be like. Look, when you have anything wrong with you medically and you've got to go to the hospital for it, and it doesn't matter, a toothache, and you need to go to the dentist, and you look at you're just like, pull it, dude. I don't care. Pull the tooth. I don't care what you got to do. This has got to end today. Right? And it's just like that with anything medically. We can say whatever we want while we're healthy. When you get sick with anything crazy and you're looking at a very bad situation, all bets are off, man. You'll do anything. And I get that. I totally get it. So xenobots, hey, man, I'm cool with it. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Let's see. This is from Mark. How many times have you broken or badly stubbed a toe in the last 5 years? Well, I did it for sure. Rita, where was that at? When I broke my toe, my big toe. Oh, that was up at Mount Shasta. And Nurse Nancy was there to tape my toes together. And there was somebody else there with some pretty good medication for me. But that was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago. Now, I've done it a few times since, but not like that day. I literally broke my big toe. It was my big toe, right? Right? Oh, yeah, it was definitely my big toe. I had no toenail. That's right. I forgot about that. All right, so that was about 2 years ago, maybe 3, when we were up at Mount Shasta. Let's see. This is from JM. I can't read the name, but I'm going to go with JM for now. Did you ever watch Stargate SG-1 or any of those? Watch them all. Rita and I did all seasons of SG-1. We Stargate Atlantis. We watched that. How many other ones were there? You're going to have to help me out, but the answer is yes. Loved them too, by the way. Very, very good stuff. Let's see. This is from Steven. If Roswell was ever redacted by the Army, how would our present world be? If Roswell was ever redacted by the Army, how would our... Oh, I got you. Yeah, isn't that interesting? That's a great question. Right? If we never found out about Roswell, how different would it be? That's a great question, Stephen. Could you imagine how different? Okay, well, I'll give you an idea. Remember, Roswell wasn't revealed until 1980. So we went from 1947 to 1980. That's 33 years of not knowing a thing, right? And we're searching, and there was encounters and sightings and abductions. Travis Walton happened. Betty and Barney Hill happened. And all of that was out in the public. Kecksburg happened. I'm not sure if Malmstrom was revealed by then. I would have to think about that. But a lot of things were going on when we didn't have any knowledge of Roswell. A lot of documentaries, a lot of books, and, Kehoe and things. There was a lot of programming and documentaries and eyewitness testimony. All of that was going down without Roswell. And what would it be like today if there was no Roswell? Yeah, that is, I would say it would be like that period from 47 to 1980, Stephen. Yeah, it would be a different world. Yeah, no question about it. Great question. This is from Perth Fence. Hi, Jimmy. Can you do an interview with Anthony Peake? Super interesting. Possibly. Not really what we do, though. But yeah, I've been watching and listening to some of that over the last couple of weeks. Not really what we do. Would we? Yeah. See, and just commenting is something, because it's not something that I research every single day. I just don't do it. This is from Mind Sway. What mic are you using? This is a Rode Procaster. Looks like, sounds like an RE20, an Electro Voice RE20. See, that's why this is on there. And that takes the O's away. See, okay, so anyway, that is a Rode Procaster. Dynamic mic, not a condenser. I've got 2 or 3 really nice large diaphragm condenser microphones that I've used over the years. Nothing sounds like an RE20 or a Rode Procaster, and which is what I use over at Coast to Coast AM as well. Okay, yeah, this is a great microphone. Great microphone. If I ever got off of this, which I don't, there's no reason for me to switch. I like this, but Shure SM7 would be a choice. RE20, which is basically this microphone, it's another choice. They all kind of sound the same because they're all dynamic microphones. Okay, Alan Young. Jimmy, do you truly believe that Whitley Strieber was abducted, or is he just blowing smoke for the last 40 years? I don't believe Whitley's blowing smoke. I believe that something happened. I know Whitley well. And yeah, no, something went down. And when anything like that happens and you don't have the true definitive answer, you're going to spend the next 40 years of your life trying to figure out what is happening. But Whitley experienced something, and we just have to figure out what. And I know that Whitley would love to have those answers too as well. So, yeah, there you go. I believe that he experienced something for sure. Let's see. Jimmy, do you have any tattoos that we can see? I have one tattoo. It's right here. Should I show it? I've done it before, I think. It says Panama. Can you see it? Can you see it on the air? There it is, right there. Panama. I got that when I was 15 years old. Down in Panama, the Canal Zone. This was a tradition for all of the young men in high school to go down to this particular tattoo parlor in Panama City, and it cost me $1. Man, my dad was pissed. Oh, man. And me being a parent now, I totally understand his anger. He was so mad. But, yeah, there it is. That's my only tattoo. And I knew that eventually I was going to leave Panama and come back to the United States, and I had a great experience down there, and I just wanted to make sure that I got it, and it would be with me for the rest of my life. So there you go. There's my only tattoo. And that is going to make a great meme, I am sure. Okay, let's see. Double Vision, who recorded your bumper music? I did. That's Doug Aldrich from his album Electrovision. And you can go and get that album, and that's what we use here. I remember when we were setting up the bumper music for the show, and I called Doug. I said, is it cool? He said, yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. And I said, all right. So we have been using it ever since. I get people sending me their own original music all the time, and it's all great and stuff. But Doug Aldrich is our bumper music, and I don't think that will ever change. There's no reason to do it. It's something that I worked on. I have a personal involvement in it. All of my friends are in that music. One of the tracks has Dizzy Reed from Guns N' Roses coming in and playing keyboards on that slow jazz tune. It's called West Coast or Flavo Phrase, one of the two. He played on both tracks. And, bringing Dizzy in, and I called him up and said, you want to come in and play on this? And he did. And, so it's personal to me. So that's what it is. It's Doug Aldrich, his album Electrovision. This is from Jason. What if 6 was 9? Yeah, I know, right? You know what? And what if 6 was 9? Yeah. Kind of like Roswell. No, Roswell. What if 624? What if 6 was 24? 624. There's another question for you. There you go. Yeah, what if 6 was 9? It's a great question. What if? Let's see. Do I have a dog? Have 3. 3 dogs. We have Luna, we have Malcolm, and we have Teddy. Portia, our 4th dog, and our first dog left us last year. So we have 3. Luna, our little white cruiser. Malcolm, both rescues, and Teddy, who is a pure terrorist. So we have 3 dogs. From XPFTP, what would you want more, a Cub Cadet 127 or a Cub Cadet 149 from 1970s Wild? This is the truth. I just got to lay it out there. Nobody cuts their own grass in California. No, nobody does, and neither do we. And I was in between gardeners. This is about 5 years ago. And our grass, homeowners association and thing, you got to have your grass. So I didn't know what to do. So I went and bought one of those manual lawnmowers, with the blades, and I did it once. I cut the lawn once. I'm like, man, gotta get a gardener. Man, I just can't do this. So there you go. I remember in Indianapolis, that was a Toro. Yeah, that's what I remember. Cub Cadet 127 or 149. That's funny. That's a great question. Dean says, oh, man, I went past it again. See, I'm having a good time. Got to get to a commercial. See, I'm having a good time. Fade to Black, our YouTube AMA going down tonight. All of your questions, post them in YouTube, all caps. They'll get to me in here. I'm going to answer anything. What can go wrong? I'll be right back after this short break. back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight, our YouTube AMA with our YouTube audience. All of your questions, post it right there in the comments, all caps, and it'll be sent in here to me. I want to go back and address the question about Anthony Peake earlier. I was thinking of somebody else about another subject. Anthony Peake, I would love to have on the show. And, I just thought about it. I was like, whoa. Life after death and other realities and things. Absolutely. Anthony Peake, would love to have him on the show. He'd be a great guest. Moving on. Hi, Jimmy. This is from Dean. Go Beckley, Tepe, Faders. When are you coming to England? We will be in England next year. We will be there for the Awakening Conference. And we have the dates. I believe the dates are confirmed. And you know what? I'll go back and revisit that. And maybe tomorrow night or on Fader night, I'll announce those dates. Let me get back with everybody over in the UK and make sure that those are confirmed. But we are confirmed, and we will be there. There's a new location as well. So I will have all of that information to you. But we will be in the UK in 2021, and which is not that far away. Okay? All right? 2021, 6 months away. Cannot get here fast enough. This is from John. What is your favorite steak to barbecue? No question about it. Ribeye. Yeah, there's no question about it. Porterhouse, okay. Yeah, all right, it's okay. Ribeye, number one steak. Flap, carne asada, close number two, but it's a different thing. You're asking about steaks. My favorite thing to barbecue, steaks, of course. But carne asada on the grill, done properly and marinated, is a close number two. And when we are making burritos or any type of Mexican food, carne asada is the only choice. But as far as steaks go, ribeye. Oh, in case you are wondering, salt and pepper. That's it. That is all that goes on that steak. That's it. That's no, nothing else. No steak sauce, nothing. Nope. Salt, pepper on the grill. That's it. Let's see. It's from Keith. Why didn't you mention the Beatles in your top 30? Yeah, look, it wasn't my top 30. It was top 30 is different. That list was prepared with the 30 bands that came to my mind in 2 minutes. I put that on a timer, and I cranked it out. There were a lot of bands missing from that. If I was going to go back and put together a top 30 list, it would be different. Now, the question is, if I put together a top 30 list, because that wasn't a top 30 list, that was the 30 bands that came to mind in 2 minutes. A top 30 list would be a different list. The question is, would the Beatles be on it? Maybe. I'd have to put the list together. I'm going to have to say maybe. There were two bands for me growing up through my musical journey that just wasn't there. I never bought their records. I didn't listen to the music, and I wasn't interested in it. Two, the Rolling Stones and the Beatles. That's it. I never bought their albums. I didn't learn their songs. It wasn't where my head was at. And there are a few other bands, too, as well, that may surprise you that we're not on that list. And the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, for me, growing up, wasn't a part of me. It didn't interest me, the Beatles or the Rolling Stones, until probably the mid to late 90s, where I went back and started listening to certain things. And I went, wow, okay, there's some good songwriting there. And I went back and did an analysis again. But growing up, no, it just wasn't part of what I was interested in. Okay, this is from Cy. Is that Cy Pilus? Thoughts about when quantum computing is small enough for mobile phones? Yeah, Maybe never. Maybe never. I mean, it takes a lot of cooling. You have to walk around with the refrigerator with you. Would they get it down to the point where it wouldn't need the cooling and the chipsets could run just like normal chipsets today? Possible, maybe, but no. Maybe never is the answer there. I don't want to bum everybody out, but yeah, probably never. This is from Steve. Jimmy, when are you coming to Toronto? Would love to come to Toronto. Rita, we got to book Canada. I would love to come to Canada. I would love to. Toronto. Man, I love Toronto. I love everything about Canada. Love Montreal. Love Vancouver. I've talked about it many, many, many times. I love everything about Canada. The Bee's Nest movies. Is Bob Lazar a liar? Yeah. I think all of us want the answer to that. We all want to believe Bob. And includes myself. I've said it so many times. It's something that I talked about not too long ago where I'm just off of it for a while. I'm just off of it. There's just some strange things that went down in the last couple of years that I just need to back up off of it and not chase. You know, so that's where I'm at. I don't know. The that whole FBI raid looking for Element 115 at his house, and that this went down during the filming of that documentary, and making that part of it when it turned out it was just a murder case, and that's what they were there for. Nothing to do with Bob. It had to do with something, and you know, and to turn that over into something that it wasn't. You just don't want that to happen, and it did. And I just had to back up and just go, man, I don't know. Did he ever go to Area 51? Man, I hope that he did. I hope that he spent 5 minutes at Area 51. Just at least put his feet on the ground so we can all not be crushed. You know, did he experience everything else? I don't know. I just don't know these things. You know, if he was there, then he was the only one that was there, and we don't have any. There is nobody else that can back up the story. Not a single person from Area 51. Not a single person. So we're just depending on what he has to say about it. And I don't want to be crushed. None of us do. All right. So there you go. Jimmy, do you still use this for Mark? Jimmy, do you still use the swag cycle? Of course I do. And it's charging right now. We were at the landing zone for the hang gliders, and I'm sitting there with Rita going, man, the swag cycle should be here. I almost drove to the house and got it and brought it back. But yeah, swag cycle is in use. $2. Jason's polyhedral repair. Go buy yourself a taco. Jason in Baltimore. Street tacos here in Los Angeles from a taco truck. Average price, $1. $1.50 for the good stuff. But street tacos still pretty much here in LA, $1 a pop. So $2 would buy me 2 tacos from a street truck. And there's nothing like it. What is your favorite UFO conference? The next one is the honest answer there. Is the next one. Look, Contact in the Desert, when it was at Joshua Tree, was a singular experience, bar none. So much fun, so awesome. It's the location. It's Joshua Tree, out in the middle of the desert. Everything that was wrong with it, hot, no water, sand in your teeth, sand in your clothes. But When it was in Joshua Tree, that was the best experience for everybody, including myself and Rita. Things were going on in the skies all night long. It was just insane. It's not in Joshua Tree anymore. It's just at a hotel. Still a great conference because of everybody that gets together. There's no sky watching. There's no desert. There's no sand in your teeth. There's nothing like that was happening in Joshua Tree. Joshua Tree was amazing. So there you go. Okay. I'm really looking forward to the Starworks Laughlin conference coming up. That's going to be really, really fun. And the Skywatch that we have, we're going to announce this. We've got a very unique location that we're going to be doing the sky watching from in Laughlin, and I'm looking forward to that conference. So we'll get back to you on that, but we'll see everybody there. Let's see. Have you seen The Expanse on Amazon? Look, if you haven't seen The Expanse, of course I have, seasons 1, 2, and 3. If you haven't seen that yet, you need to go and check it out. That is one of the great television series out there, and how they did it, how they laid it out. So, yes, I've seen it. 2 thumbs up. That's a 10 out of 10. No question about it. The Expanse is amazing. Let's see. Hurricane Baby Jesus. Oh, man. What is your favorite Travis Scott song? I love Travis Scott. Wow, that's a great question. If you guys aren't hip to Travis Scott yet, go and watch his documentary. Look, I don't have a favorite Travis Scott song that I've listened to over and over again, but so I can't even name a song. I'll be honest with you. But watch the documentary. And then I went back and watched a bunch of stuff on Travis and got hip to Travis is cool. That's all I got to say about Travis Scott. I hope nothing dark comes out about Travis and things because he's an original. Yeah, Travis Scott is cool. Travis Scott is cool. Watch that documentary. That kid is nuts. Love me some Travis Scott. He's cool. This is from King. Do you believe Larry Warren? There's some things that anybody, there's some evidence out there about Larry that makes you question. That's a paradigm shift, right? You want it. You just want it to be real. The whole thing, the whole experience. And there is some other stuff that has come out that seems to be fabricated, photoshopped, just things, music things. And you look at that and you just go, wait a minute, man. You know, and I'm not part of the circle. I'm not part of it. You can only see what is presented to you out there, that, you know, the stuff that's out there. And, you know, and nobody wants their heart broken. So I don't know. And then there's some other, there's one witnessed that's part of Rendlesham that says, I saw Larry. So there's that part of it, you know, and I don't know. The other players, the mainstream players that are out there are saying that they didn't see Larry. So I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I'm with you, King, on that one. That's tough, man. That's tough. I don't know. Let's see. Paul Martin. Which Rendlesham narrative rings true to you? Yeah, going back to Larry Warren. I believe, and I've talked to John Burroughs about this so much, and I've talked to everybody about Rendlesham, and that includes Larry Warren. I believe that something was seen. Now, I don't know about above, and the stuff over the ammo dumps and the storage facilities and things. That part, okay, I get it. Colonel Halt says he saw what he saw. But as far as something being in the woods, yeah, something was there. Something was there. I've got to clear my throat. Jim Peniston, who was on the show with us a couple of weeks ago. Jim Peniston's accounts correspond with what John Burroughs has said, and it also goes back and is very close to what Colonel Halt saw. And let's remember this. They were there. They were there. There's a lot of things that correlate with everybody's experiences. There are a lot of things that are different. Okay, but I think we can all come to the conclusion that there was a craft moving around in the woods in Rendlesham Forest, and there are witnesses to it. So that's my conclusion. Time travelers from the future, that could be any UFO. That could be anything in the skies. So that part of it is just as valid as anything else. I do believe that there was something in Rendlesham Forest that was not part of or from the United States Air Force, British, any other Air Force, or anything terrestrial from our time here. That's where I'm at with Rendlesham, and that's it. That's it. That's where I'm at with that. Let's see next. I can't. Naruto junkie. Out of all the guests you've had over the years, who do you trust the most? Out of all the guests that I've had over the years, who do I trust the most? I got a lot of trust in Richard Dolan. Got a lot of trust in Linda Moulton Howe. I do. The list is long. Jason Quitt, and I could just go down the list. Whitley, John Greenwald. Oh man, the list is long. John Burroughs, just talked about him. Jim Peniston. The list is really, really, really long. So yeah, I'm not even sure how to answer that, but the list is long. When you get to the trust zone, right? The trust zone. Jim Mars, Stanton Friedman. You can't. You know what I mean? So that would indicate a tie. I mean, it's just a long, broad list. I've just left off a million names. We've done over 1,200 shows. Okay. Next, this is from Lori. What is your favorite old new space and horror movie and favorite food? Okay. Favorite old space movie. If we're going to go with space, like science fiction, Forbidden Planet is right there. But the best science fiction, that's like of the old stuff, right? The 1950s things, Forbidden Planet right there. The best science fiction film of all time is 2001, A Space Odyssey. No question about it. New space. Man, I really like Interstellar as far as the new stuff. Arrival is right there with Interstellar as far as new things. Is Alien still considered new? What about Close Encounters of the Third Kind? That's got to always be right there. So is that considered old? 1977? Is that considered old? Probably now. It's over 40 years old. The new stuff, though, I really like Arrival and Interstellar. Prometheus, which started off good, especially that opening scene, and didn't quite have the finish that it should have. I had a lot of high hopes for Prometheus, but there you go. Horror movie. Favorite horror movie? The Shining. Yeah. The Shining, horror. And The Shining is just right there at the top of the list. Where else do you go after that? The Exorcist? Yeah, right there. Or Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Love it. Yeah, okay, there you go. Favorite food? I don't have a favorite food. Rita would tell you it's Italian, and I'm going to have to say that Italian is up there. I love Mexican. I love all South American dishes. I love Caribbean dishes. Ceviche. Man, Jamaican food, jerk chicken. Man, tough. Straight out American food, just straight up steak, onion rings, baked potato, sour cream, onions, bacon right across the top of it. Good bread. There's nothing that beats that. I love fish and chips. Man, right up there. It's really hard to really call that one. But Rita would say Italian, so I'm going to have to go with that. Let's see. Where are we? Okay, I got time for one more question, then we will take a break on time. Jimmy, are you ever going to write a book? This is from Alper. Are you ever going to write a book? And if yes, what subject? Yeah, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write a book. I will. I don't know what the subject is going to be, though, because I have like 3 or 4 ideas. So there you go. Would it be something about the life of a radio talk show host and what it took to get here? Yeah, kind of boring, but I would like to maybe get something like that written down for my grandkids and the future. So it's like always written in there. But if I was going to write a book on what I have learned and what I would want everybody else to know about, I would like to write something that would deal with physics and the universe and what is out there, because I've got a lot of broad knowledge that I would like to get condensed into a book. So it would be about ET, extraterrestrials, visitations. I would like to get that stuff in there, my own experiences, coupled with the science and the data that I have acquired. I think I could get something that would be almost readable. So with that, let's take a break, and I think we are caught up for now. Let's take our break right now. And I will be right back after this quick message. This is Fade to Black tonight, our AMA on YouTube. Post your questions, all caps in YouTube. I'll get to them all. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Great night. I'm having fun. Stay with us. Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight, our AMA with our YouTube audience. All questions tonight are from YouTube. Posted in YouTube, all caps. It'll get in here to me. We have 2 segments left, and I'm going to get straight back to it. There's one. I'm just hanging out on Twitter in the break, and one great question in Twitter, but I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. Let's go back. Let's see. All right. Jimmy, will you ever produce an album for us of your guitar music and singing? Please consider it. We would all love it. I actually have an album's worth of material. I do. I'd have to go back and review the production on it and stuff. But, yeah, I have that ready to go. Rita, should we release that? Yeah, I'll leave that up to Rita. We could do it, though. Let's see. And I think I sang one word. Right, Rita? Do you remember that? One word. on the entire record. I think. Oh, man. But it's there. Okay, next. If you could have any question, if you could have any one question, and this is from Jamo. If you could have any one question answered, what would it be and why? This is from Rob in Stafford, England. If I could have any one question answered, oh, man. If I could have any one question answered, it would have to be centered around, the creation of the universe. Was it by intelligent design or not? Or was it just a bloody accident? And stemming off of that would be, there's like maybe three or four. That would be one. The second one would be Homo sapien sapien, how we just appeared 200,000 years ago, seemingly out of nowhere. How that happened. That would be another question. And then a third one, I'm not sure if I would go to Göbekli Tepe or to the Great Pyramid. But how were they constructed? How did that knowledge just happen? So there you go. It would be one of those three. It would be, if I could get an answer from any one of those, whoever stepped up first and could answer it, it would have to be from like God. This is God. But that's what, yeah, it would be centered around one of those three. This is from Mark. Jimmy, have you watched Travelers on Netflix? Absolutely. And I think it was only 2 seasons, right? Did they do a third? But that was a really great series. If you haven't watched Travelers, it's about crime fighters, from the future coming back. Semi-comedy. There's some funny elements to it. Then there's a serious side of it. And I really enjoyed Travelers. I hope that there's another season because they left it on a cliffhanger the last time when the time machine was completed and they were going back and forth with it. So there you go. Yeah, Travelers on Netflix was really, really good. Low budget, not this extreme thing, but very clever writing there. It was with, what's his name? Oh, Rita, I'm brain freezing right now from the TV series. Okay, well, anyway, there you go. Love Travelers. Let's see. This is from James. I ask in one word, what to you is the meaning of life? Oh, that's easy. Bliss. That's the meaning of life. Bliss. That's it. That's the meaning of life for everybody. Find your bliss. You can go on your journey and go and figure things out and be happy. Bliss is the meaning of life. No question about it. For me, bliss. New World Report. Have you ever looked into the Falcon Lake incident in 1967 in Manitoba? A little bit. You know what? Thank you for that. Should we look into it more? Do you have a witness? Do you have somebody that can come forward? Somebody that could, it's 1967. That's 50 years ago. But yes, the answer is yes. I've looked into it a little bit. It's something worth revisiting. Let's see. David Paulides on your show, yes or no? He's been on the show 2 or 3 times, and we love David Paulides. No question about it. He's been on the show, and if you haven't listened, you need to go back. There's a couple of moments. There was one time last year when David called in to the show. It was awesome. Called in on a fader night. But his last show with us was really, really good. So you can go and look that up. Let's see. What is your favorite cocktail? My favorite cocktail would be chilled premium vodka shots. That's number one. And that's not really a cocktail. So if we're going to go into mixed drinks, I love a good traditional margarita with top shelf tequila, ice cold. And that is on the top of my list. A good martini. Drink those all the time, too, as well. And I would say, Rita, that was the last cocktail that I drank was a martini in Las Vegas a few months ago. I haven't had, we were talking about this the other day, I haven't had a drink. Yeah, the last drink that I had was 4 months ago in Las Vegas. One cocktail, one night. And that was a martini. Before that, Conscious Life Expo at the beginning of February, and we are already heading into June. I don't drink that much. I only drink when I'm around company and the moment is there. I don't drink when, at home. Nope, we just don't drink. We only drink when we are with friends and family. Next, what has happened with your new Voices contest winner from a couple of years back? We had a winner. The winner was sent a complete studio, and we had a couple of I think a couple of ideas were sent into us, and then nothing happened. So there you go. We picked a winner. We sent them a full Tascam recording studio, and nothing ever happened from that. Let's see. Next, how do you rate the first Metal Church album? Are you talking about The Dark? The Dark? How do I rate that album? That album, The Dark by Metal Church, is without a doubt one of the most underrated heavy metal albums in the history of heavy metal. That album is incredible. Ton of bricks. Are you kidding me? Oh, man. Watch the Children Pray. Let the Children Pray. Oh, man. That album is... I wore that album out. I had the album. I had the cassette and the CD. And I wore all of them out till they were unplayable. Yeah, that is a great question, and thank you for that right there, Metal Church. Oh, The Dark. Kind of fell off after that, but that first album, absolutely incredible. Great production. They were out of Seattle, I believe, right? Okay, let's see. John Wall. When are you going to put up last Thursday's video with Linda Moulton Howe? We have. You mean put it up where? It's in the podcast, and it's in our members section. It is there. So yeah, we don't really post to YouTube. The show is on the YouTube under live downloads, and it is there. So if you want it, you can go and listen to it. We don't really post new stuff to YouTube. We do that maybe once a month, and we'll do things in batches, pick a few highlights and get them up there. I haven't done it in a couple of months, though. So there you go. Let's see. Does smoking the bean make you go Begley Teppy? My girlfriend is axe. Oh, man, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, the answer is yes. Yeah, the answer is yes. Vaccine or no vaccine? That's a personal decision for everybody. It should not be a law. That is a personal choice. And I think everybody should be given that choice. That's it. That's it. So now are you asking me personally? No vaccine for me. I can't speak for Rita. I can't speak for anybody else. I can't speak for you. But that should be a personal choice. Okay, what's the latest on and this is from Vincent, What's the latest on the John Teeter saga? I got nothing. I haven't heard from anybody inside of the John Teeter circle in a few years. There was some communication a few years ago, and there was some news that was about to break, and it never happened. So, yeah, I've got nothing on John Teeter as of late. It's been a while. Next, from Judy, will you ever go back to visit ECETI Ranch? Maybe. Can never predict the future. So there you go. I had lots of great experiences at ECETI for sure. No doubt about it. Let's see. This is from Deborah. Jimmy, would you take a mandatory vaccine shot? Well, see, now, going back to the previous question, vaccine, if they made it mandatory where suddenly I'm going to be a lawbreaker if I don't take it, or, you know, what are they going to do? Deny a driver's license or something to people where you can't go to work if you don't get the vaccine? If it came down to that, this country would lose their minds. So I don't think that you can make it mandatory. I don't. And just like making, some states have mandatory vaccines for children to go to school. That's a touchy situation. What do? Do you break the law as a parent and pull your children out of school and homeschool? Okay, all right. If they go to what is mandatory, right? Where you would have to, in order to get on a plane, you would have to have a vaccine, something on your license or a vaccine card to, man. Those are freedoms that this country enjoys. And you start going into that zone, there's going to be some problems. There would be major problems, and I would be one of them. So, yeah, we got to cross that road when it comes, and we'll see. I don't think it'll come to that, though. I really don't. Let's see. Who is more believable, Travis Walton or Whitley Strieber? They're both. Travis Walton, a singular situation, just like Rendlesham. Travis witnesses, a polygraph test, and a well-documented case. Whitley or Travis is a singular situation that we have, just like Rendlesham. And there you go. Whitley, again, multiple witnesses. He's not just somebody that is saying these things. He's had many people around him that went through this, including his wife. So there you go. They're the same to me. They are the same. This is from Elaine Allen. Have you quit pastrami sandwiches and Dr. Pepper to boost? Have you quit pastrami sandwiches and Dr. Pepper to boost your immune system? Absolutely not. I had a Dr. Pepper yesterday. Oh, man. Absolutely not. Now, all you got to do to make sure your immune system is solid, take your supplements, take your vitamins, drink lots of water, Life Change tea, keep your, and you're good to go. You can do whatever you want if you maintain that CBD. Absolutely. Stay on top of all of that. Look, that's me. That works for me. I feel that I can eat anything I want. All right? That doesn't mean I go stupid. But a pastrami sandwich and Dr. Pepper, that's a gift from God. All right, next question from JME. You still have the closet full of signed sports memorabilia from your sports broadcasting shows? I absolutely do. Yep. The other day I was going through and I do. I've got a lot of stuff. Why, would you like some of it? I can send you an autographed card. There you go. Okay, let's see. Next. This is from Brian. The new SpaceX suits do a little to 2001. Yes, I agree. I agree. That was the first thing. Okay, hold on. I got to read the full question. Do the new SpaceX suits a little too 2001 Space Odyssey for comfort? Well, it's the first thing that popped into my mind when I saw them. I was like, man, this is like Stanley Kubrick. And they look cool. I'm glad that we finally get to see a little science fiction in our space program. When you see all of these cool spacesuits, like in The Expanse, or you see all these really cool spacesuits, Interstellar, right? You see these cool spacesuits. You're like, why don't we have that? And here we go. We have got fresh spacesuits. Now, these spacesuits are designed for the flight. I don't think you're going you're not going to be doing any spacewalks in those suits. But, man, they certainly look cool, don't they? I'm really happy. Let's see. Jimmy is from another Alan. It's from Alan Young. Marvin the Martian or Duck Dodger? Marvin the Martian. No question about that one. Man, when I was a kid, Marvin the Martian freaked me out. There was something going on there with Marvin the Martian. To this day, still with me. Marvin the Martian, thumbs up. Let's see. Do you think Joe Exotic belongs in prison? Yeah, I do. I don't know about the, look, you don't shoot tigers in the head and bury them and then lie about it. That right there is a felony that you can't measure. So the other stuff going on, if I did what he did, if I came on Fade to Black and I'm looking in the camera and shooting, shooting mannequins and saying this is for, and doing something, man, that's I think a zone that all of us know that we shouldn't be doing. Shouldn't be doing that kind of stuff. But just based on the 5 dead tigers, I believe the number's 5. Just on that alone, he asked for what he's dealing with right now. Okay, let's see next. Have you ever had, this is from Keith, have you ever had a crazy Ouija experience? No, I haven't. No, haven't. We have always done things properly. We're not out there asking for trouble. So I haven't had one. I know that many have, and I get that. I understand it. Me, no, we have not. This is from Steve. Jimmy, do you think we will be wearing masks for the rest of the year? Hopefully not. Yeah, hopefully not. I'm getting tired of it. Look, I'm more happy that people are taking this serious in that, yes, I go out shopping. I've got a face mask in the car. You've got to wear them. And I'm happy that I walk into a store and I see everybody with face mask on. There isn't any fighting going on about it. I haven't seen that. I've seen the videos posted. But people are taking it serious. What's the flip side of that? People not taking it serious? That's where I get into an uncomfortable zone. So right now, with the way things are, I don't have enough information. None of us do. I'm glad that the numbers are low. Maybe the numbers are low because we took it serious. So I hope that we don't have to wear them for the rest of the year. I can't breathe with them on. They're hot. As soon as I get out of the store, I'm walking to the car, I'm taking that thing off because, it's, I don't like the feeling, but there you go. Okay. Next, Veronica. Are you a fan of Joe Rogan? Personally and professionally? Yeah, I got 2 takes on that. Number 1, the way that he treated Tom DeLonge on the air I was appalled. And I posted about it, and I made my comments, and I said, man, it's going to take a couple of years for me to come back around to Rogan. Right now, I need to take a break. And the reason for that comment was that when you invite somebody on your show, you don't intentionally go out of your way to embarrass somebody or make fun of them. They are a guest in your home. You need to treat them with that respect. And Rogan let his guard down. And I was offended by that. So I took a couple of years off, and I did. That was it. In the last 3 or 4 months, I have been listening to Rogan again because he's had some very interesting guests on that I wanted to go and listen to their shows. Specifically, Brian Greene, Sean Carroll, Brian Cox, Elon Musk. I went and listened to those shows. And the Brian Greene one is really, really good. So I've been going back and listening. I haven't listened to everything because I don't have the time. But I never listened to the Lazar stuff. I wasn't interested in that. So I didn't. I did listen to the recent Robert Schoch and the recent Graham Hancock. Okay, so I've listened to like 6 or 7 of his shows recently. Okay, so there you go. Professionally, his decision that he made lately to go with Spotify, I get it. I understand it. There you go. $100 million is tough for anybody to turn down. Is $30 million enough? And where you retain control and everything else, you can remain objective? I would say that that's a pretty good number, $30 million. He says he can remain objective and still have control of his show and get paid $100 million. Again, I respect that. I totally do. Totally do. I have nothing bad to say about that decision. And if he feels it's the right one, there you go. Okay. If you could interview an ET on Fade to Black, what would your first question be? Yeah. Wow. If I could interview an ET on Fade to Black, what would my first question be? That's an easy. Yeah, you know what? It's easy. There's a million questions there, aren't there? But it is, have you been here before? Is this your first visit, or have you been here before? Second question, have you been hanging out with the United States government? That would be the second question. But the first one, have you been here before? Or is this your first visit? There you go. Dogs or cats? That's from Sad Gamer. Dogs. Dogs, no question about it. And I got time to keep going here. What's up with the Malibu base? I have no new information. We went out there for our TV show, The Unexplained, and went out there with Steve Murillo and a full camera crew, big boat, and went out and dropped a drone in the water, went down, and the drone that we had that was supposedly, and I believe that it was, cleared to 1,500 feet. Every time it got 50 to 75 feet under the water, it would shut down. And we eventually got it down to about 1,200 feet. And believe me, trust me on this, it took us all day to do that. And when I say all day, when you're running a boat at a half a knot and trying to cover something that is, 1,000 feet wide, 2,000 feet wide, moving that slow, and we were only limited to video. We couldn't get the sonar to operate. And so running video at that depth, it's completely black down there. And so the lights that we had on it were only good to like 5 or 10 feet. And we were limited. And everybody else that has tried to do the same thing has run into the same issues. The only way to figure out what's going on with the Malibu underwater base is to get a submersible, a submarine with people in it, to go down there and take a look. And those types of submersibles on this planet, there's only like 2. and it's really, really expensive to get your hands on it. James Cameron had one for the Titanic, but he took it apart. Yeah. How did we find out? We tried to get that submersible, and we found out that he actually took it apart. Okay, I'm taking a break right here. Tonight is our AMA on YouTube. All of your questions, all caps, posted in YouTube. Get it over to me. I've got plenty of stuff to get through. I'm going to try to get to everybody's questions before the end of the show. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black on the Game Changer Network and KGRA, The Planet. Stay with us. I'll be right back. Welcome back, Fade to Black. Wow. AMA on YouTube. Any questions? Post it in YouTube, in the chat, all caps. It'll come in here to me. Oh, wow. What a night. Having a lot of fun. And I'm going to get straight back to it. Okay, let's just do that. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black. All right, got that out of the way. Let's see. Jimmy, it's Tasmaniac. Did you ever get that pony? Nope, never got that pony, damn it. Never did. Never did get that pony. Never did. You know what? Can I say this? Our daughter, Diana, literally comes into Rita and I. This is last week, I believe. She goes, "Can we get a horse?" I was like, "What? Can we get a small horse? Can we?" No. But we would have got that pony. But no, she actually, and it was a serious question too as well. Okay. This is from Syrian. Girlfriend wants to know, what's your favorite kind of cake? German chocolate. Straight up. German chocolate. I have a number 2 would be, I like strawberry cream with a shortcake stacked. Boom. Cream, not frost, cream with strawberry. That's a number 2. I don't even know what you call that. But German chocolate. Yep. Okay. Jimmy, this is from Tammy. Jimmy, did you practice saying microplasma? Blah, 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 blah. No, didn't practice it. And I stopped right there. I don't, I still can't say it. There are moments, especially with, live radio, where if you mispronounce something, you will mispronounce it for the rest of the broadcast. You won't go back and fix it. There's something that happens in your brain, and there isn't another way to put it, but it sucks when it happens. All broadcasters do it. All hosts do it. I hear them do it all the time. I hear them do it all the time. And once it gets into, you can't get it out. And from that point forward, you will never say that word again. You'll come up with another word to insert. It's just the way that it is. You have to be able to think fluidly. You're not gonna do that. Okay, let's see next. Jimmy, this is from Stu. Have you tried the plasma pedal? This is a great question. Have you tried the plasma pedal from Game Changer Audio? What are your thoughts? Look, when that pedal came out, I got email from, I'm not going to say 100, but it was dozens of people that popped up, and everybody was sending me that pedal. I meant to go and find them at the last NAMM show. And I was also going to reach out to them and go, hey, this is really funny. I want to check out the pedal. Our company is called Game Changer. This is what I do. And I'm also a guitar player. And I was going to do that, and I didn't. So I haven't tried it. But man, that thing looks cool, and I've heard nothing but good things. But no, I have not. I have not tried the plasma pedal from Game Changer Audio yet. How ironic, right? Right? Not is ironic the right word? How funny, right? It's just it's something that should have happened by now, and maybe I'll reach out to them. If you know anybody at Game Changer, let them know. Okay, all right. This is from Leslie. What is your opinion of Dr. Greer's CE5 movie? Have you experienced anything via CE5? I think the movie's great. I think Michael Mazzola, who directed the movie, did a great job. The visuals, the information is pretty solid. So, yes, I think the movie's great. I will recommend it to anybody. You need to check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Have I experienced anything via CE5? I have experienced with others our version of CE5, which is the opposite of what they do. Because I've never been trained in CE5, I have been around a few people that have gone into the CE5 zone, but I have not participated in an actual CE5 protocol, sit down and go through that, the meditation and everything else. No, I haven't done it. Our version of CE5 is have a good time, crack jokes, be loud, and have fun with a serious amount of comedy. Every time that we have done our version of CE5, it should be called something else, CE14 or something, but we've always had results. Yeah. Yep. And what's really great about that, and I think that is a great question, Leslie, is that we have had dozens and up to 100, 150 people around us or more, and we've all enjoyed the things together. So, yeah, absolute results with our version of CE5. Next, this is from Zapato. Would you ever stream Diablo on Twitch? We could. Rita, you want to Twitch Diablo? Rita and I play Diablo 3 together. So we're out there as a team. And man, let me tell you something. You don't want to mess with us as a team in Diablo 3. I would Twitch it. There's no reason why not to. I don't think. Rita, should we Twitch? Yeah, I think we have a Twitch account. Right? I think we do. I think we're broadcasting on Twitch tonight. So there you go. Okay. Yeah, I think Faded Black is going out on Twitch now. I think Drew set that up. I wonder what Twitch is. Are you, Zapato, are you from Twitch? That's a great question. Okay, next. From Ribo Nation. Do we connect to the collective consciousness when we dream? Yeah, I would hope that we do. Yeah. There's been a lot of talk of this over the years. Do two people dream together, or a group, right? Do they dream? Do they have the same dream? You wake up in the morning, man, you were in my dream last night. You were in my dream last night. What happened? Well, this happened, right? Yeah. Now, the other part, the other half to this question is, are dreams something else than just random things that happen? Dogs dream. You see them running, barking. You know they're dreaming. You know they're chasing the mailman, right? So they're dreaming too. So is it just a chemical reaction in the brain, or is there something else more special going on? I hope that there is something more special going on, which also goes back into deja vu. I've had too many dreams that repeat, and there is something about it that is special. I haven't quite figured it out, though, but I would hope that we are connecting to the universe. Let's see. Chili says, anything new with the Baltic Sea economy? Isn't that funny how something so incredible just stopped? The Baltic Sea economy is not like the Malibu underwater base. The Malibu underwater base is deep, difficult to get to. The Baltic Sea anomaly is, I believe, it's only 150 feet under the water. The imaging that has come back from it has been pretty incredible. Why hasn't that been the most researched site underwater on planet Earth? I don't know, because it's right there. So, yeah, I don't know. That is something that just stopped. That's a really great point. Yeah, there's nothing new that I know of. I'm going to give you another example of something that should be more researched, and that is the Bahama Road, the Bemini Road. Why isn't that like the most researched site on the planet? Why? That and the Baltic Sea economy. It's right there. One other one that I think should be there is the pyramids just off of the western tip of Cuba. I mean, great imaging, great stories that came in, and the Cuban government stopped it, and then it didn't, and then it did. But why aren't there submersibles down there capturing video and trying to figure out and mapping the terrain? Yeah, those are three places that should be investigated further. Let's see. This is from Steve. Do you plan to have Travis Walton on soon? We can have Travis on all the time, anytime. We had Travis on last year, which was probably my favorite Travis Walton show that we did last summer. It was absolutely incredible. Let me say this about Travis. This was last year at the MUFON Symposium that was down in Irvine. And Rita and I, we got the Fadernauts together, and we were outside and had a table in the lounge outside. Travis came up and sat down with us, and we ended up talking with Travis for 2 or 3 hours. And the way that Travis opened up at the table, talking about everything except himself. He's talking about the government and what they knew and what is going on, and visitations today, and his ideas and his concepts. Whoa, right? And I said to Travis at the end of the night, I got up, I said, hey, can we do this on Fade to Black? He said, man, Jimmy, thank you for asking. Yes. And that's what we ended up doing. So go and check out that last Travis Walton show that we did last summer. I would love to have Travis on again, and thank you for reminding me of that, and we should get Travis on again very soon. Let's see. Let's see. Do you hide behind the couch watch? Did you hide behind the couch watching Land of the Lost in the late 60s? That wasn't the late 60s, but it was certainly the early 70s, 72, 73, and I loved that show. I thought that was Saturday morning cartoon stuff, and it was one of the first shows that was like live action, H.R. Puffin stuff and a couple of other things, but Land of the Lost had me. I loved that show. The Slee Stacks. Yeah, I loved the Land of the Lost. All of it. Yeah, that was... No, and I didn't hide behind the couch. I was right in front of the TV. Man, my Quisp, my Quake, my Captain Crunch, Frosted Flakes, Land of the Lost. Rice Krispies with real sugar over the top. I love that. Still do. Yeah, loved Land of the Lost. Jimmy, would you take a ride on our magnetic ship? Yeah. What is it? Yeah, I would do it if the food is good. I would do it. Let's see. This is from William Puxley. If we stipulate the government is never going to give us full disclosure, has already given us all they are going to, what do you think are the critical questions the EXO community should focus on? Whew, man. Okay. Focus on questions for ourselves or questions for the government. Yeah, that's a really, really, really good point. Let me say this, and this appears to be the last question from YouTube, and I've got 2 questions from Twitter that I'm going to try to squeeze in after I answer this. Look, I think we are at a point in the road where we have to ask ourselves, is there going to be anything else video-wise and information-wise coming out of the Pentagon? All right, from TTSA or something else. But are we at that point? I'm afraid that we probably are. That the way that everything was handled on December 17th, 2017, kind of blew it. And the way that it was handled after that, I don't think that there's any friendlies inside of the Pentagon that is going to be getting secret videos out of the Pentagon to us. The 3 videos that were released were not actually released. The go fast is questionable, but the other 2 videos were already out. And the 2004 video had been out since 2007. So it wasn't like the Pentagon leaked those or released those or anything else. But the way that all of that was handled, I'm not so sure if we can expect any cooperation out of the Pentagon. That door is permanently closed. So what do? I think that we should, as a community, pursue, this is my thought, we should pursue Julian Assange. We should pursue WikiLeaks. What is inside of WikiLeaks that hasn't been put out there when it comes to UFOs? Are they sitting on stuff? Only Julian knows that answer. And there's that part. The other part is the accidental leak of government information. Or would it be done by some white hat? You know, I don't want to suggest that we should go and do something illegal and attack somebody's computers and pull information off of it. But if somebody were to do that, some white hat, and get access to UFO information and get it out there outside of the government's control, that's probably how it's going to happen. It won't be on a volunteer basis. There was an interesting comment that was made on Fox last week, and I know that some of you have seen the video, where they said that, I forget the commentator's name, but Trump and somebody else inside of the government is getting close to releasing UFO information, and we should be excited about that. That was an interesting comment. It makes you wonder who knows what, and is there something further that could be disclosed from the government. I don't expect to see it. I don't ever want to get my hopes up there. But is there something around the corner? Yeah, I don't think it's going to involve TTSA or anything else with cooperation. No, I just don't feel it. I think that has run its course, and that part of that chapter of ufology is finished and is closed. Could there be something else around the corner? It would be accidental or from an outside source. It's not going to be anything from the Pentagon. So that being said, that's what we should pursue. We should pursue our own agenda, something that we are in control of. And also Majé Brazil. That's a very interesting situation that has surfaced very, very quickly. One would have to say, why, if it's some ginormous hoax, how you would get that many people, thousands of witnesses, and all of this video that popped up online, and the radio transmission, and some of the other things that are there now. That's pretty elaborate if it's just a giant hoax for fun. And if it is a giant hoax for fun, that is a government program done with intention. So, yeah, Majé, I think, should be our focus in getting to the bottom of it. With that, that's the last question of the night from YouTube. That's that. Now, two questions that came in from Twitter that I want to, and they're both good. One, this is from Steve. Steve says, you're at the crossroads. Remember the movie Crossroads? Okay, so you're at the crossroads, making a deal with the devil, and I can have the skill of B.B. King or Django Reinhardt. And you have 10 seconds to decide. I'm going to Django. Absolutely. I'm going to Django. I am. There's no other way for me to. Django blows my mind to this day. I think anybody, if you don't know that is Django, right, from the 1930s, and you don't know that, two fingers, and your mind is blown. If you do know it's Django, then you already know the talent that is there. He had a pure talent that was a vision of the future that even today is hard. It's a technique and it's a style of fluidity that is nearly impossible to conquer. So, yeah, Django, what a fresh way of playing. To this day, it's so fresh. So I'm going to Django. I hope that answers that question. Last question of the night came in from Twitter. I looked to see who posted it. I couldn't find it. There's too much stuff going on Twitter. So whoever asked me this question, and Grappelli. Yeah, that's good. Stefan. The question was Oak Island. Do I believe? Yeah. Oak Island. Oak Island grabbed my attention at the very beginning of the internet, when the internet first came online, and I was able to check it out. Back then, there was one website. It was like 2 pages on Oak Island, and I read the story. And I've pursued Oak Island ever since as the internet started to grab hold. I'm talking about 94, 95, 96. More information started to come out on Oak Island and other things from that era before the Da Vinci Code and Dan Brown. But I was able to pursue it. I believed at the time that there was something to Oak Island. Today, I'm not so sure that maybe anything that was there was found. If there is something there, it's not meant to be found. But the TV show Oak Island, that is a different story. Oak Island, the true urban legend behind it, okay, possible. 100% possible. A lot of information there. Oak Island today, the TV series, that's done to sell advertising to advertisers. That's just my take. That's where I'm at with it. The TV series is one thing. Oak Island is something else altogether. and that's my take. I don't know. If something huge, if they found the treasure at Oak Island and the TV series ended, do you see that as a possibility? I don't. That's my take. Do you feel that would be, right? They dig up the treasure, it's exposed, everything is changed, right? And the TV series just ends. Do you see that as a possibility? I don't. I don't. That's my take. And with that is 100 questions that came in from YouTube, 2 questions from Twitter. Absolutely incredible night. I am out of gas. Thank you so much. AMAs are amazing. We'll do another one with Facebook. We'll do another one with Twitter. And we'll figure out a way to keep this going. I love doing AMAs every few months. This has been a great show. Tomorrow night, Quitspiracy 5 with Jason Quitt. Fade to Black's executive producer is Rita Camurian. Show is produced by Hilton J. Palm, Renee, Dennis, and Kevin. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vito, and Mark D. Kovar. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy. SpaceboyMusic.com. Faded Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network. Syndication is KGRA, The Planet. This broadcast owned and copyrighted 2020 by Faded Black and the Game Changer Network, Inc. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Faded Black or the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I'll see everybody here tomorrow night. Quitspiracy 5 with Jason Quitt. Until then, I want everybody to be safe. Go Beckley Tepe.